Good day. Here are the top stories of the Manila Times for Thursday, March 17, 2022. Malacanang is studying the proposal of the National Economic and Development Authority or NEDA to implement a 4-day work week and extend the work from home arrangement to cushion the impact of the steep climb of fuel prices on Filipinos and the economy. Palace acting spokesman Martin Andanar said NEDA Secretary Carl Kendrick Chua on Tuesday proposed decreasing the number of workdays to limit the mobility of workers and soften the blow from skyrocketing fuel prices on the economy. Chua proposed a 10-hour, 4-day work week as an alternative to increasing minimum wage during President Rodrigo Duterte's talk to the people. The official said that the same arrangement was implemented in 2008 when fuel prices increased. To help soften the impact of rising oil prices, the country's economic managers proposed a monthly cash aid to the poorest households. Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III said, in addition to fuel subsidy and discount programs, the Cabinet's Economic Development Cluster or EDC recommended additional relief in the form of an unconditional cash transfer to the poorest half of the country's population. This will cover roughly 12 million households with a total population around 74.7 million individuals. The proposed cash transfer will cost the government 33.1 billion pesos, which will be financed from revenue from value-added tax on fuel. President Rodrigo Duterte stood firm on his decision not to scrap the excise taxes on fuel products amid the continuing price surge resulting from Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Government's economic managers have ignored calls to remove fuel excise taxes as mandated by the Tax Reform for Acceleration and Inclusion or trade law, warning that it will result in a 105.9 billion peso loss of revenue, which in turn would be detrimental to other sectors. The train law imposes an excise tax of 10 pesos per liter for gasoline, 6 pesos for diesel, 5 pesos for kerosene, and 3 pesos per kilogram of liquefied petroleum gas or LPG. To mitigate the impact of fuel price hike, Duterte instead approved the disbursement of a 200 peso monthly subsidy to poor families. The petition questioning the constitutionality of the vaccination of children against COVID-19 will be re-raffled after a Quezon City trial court judge inhibited from handling the case. Public Attorney's Office or PAO Chief Persida Rueda Acosta said that Judge Primo C. Jr. of Regional Trial Court Branch 96 recused himself as he once served as counsel to Health Secretary Francisco Duque III when he was connected with the Office of the Solicitor General or OSG. CU granted PAO's petition for his inhibition. PAO acts as the counsel of a group of parents who sought to stop the Department of Health from proceeding with the mass vaccination of children ages 5 to 11 years old. Philippine monetary and finance officials are optimistic that the country's solid fundamentals will protect the economy from the negative effects of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Finance Secretary Carlos Dominguez III said the geopolitical crisis has hurt the Philippines through 4 channels: commodity markets, financial markets, foreign investments, and fiscal space during the Bloomberg ASEAN Business Summit conducted virtually on Wednesday. The finance chief cited 3 major bills liberalizing the Philippine economy, which will help the country to stand in good stead as it moves ahead through this crisis due to the conflict in Ukraine. Los Angeles, Kyrie Irving scored a career-high 60 points in a dazzling display as the Brooklyn Nets stretched their NBA winning streak with 150 over 108 thrashing off the Orlando Magic on Tuesday, Wednesday in Manila. Nets star Irving, who had bagged 50 points last week in a victory over Charlotte, delivered another performance for the ages against an outclassed Magic at Orlando's Amway Center. Irving's tour de force surpasses previous career best of 57 points set in 2015 while playing for the Cleveland Cavaliers in a victory over the San Antonio Spurs. 6 other Nets players finished with double-digit point tallies, with Kevin Durant adding 19 points, Patty Mills 15, and Kessler Edwards 14. Cole Anthony led Orlando scoring with 19 points. The Gymnastics Association of the Philippines will send 23 athletes to the 31st Southeast Asian Games or SEA Games, which is scheduled from May 12 to 23 in Hanoi, Vietnam. Led by World Artistic Champion Carlos Edriel Yulo, the Filipino gymnasts hope to improve their third place finish in the 2019 Manila SEA Games, where they won 3 golds, 5 silvers, and 4 bronzes. Malaysia took the overall title with 9 golds, 3 silvers, and 4 bronzes, followed by Vietnam with 6 golds, 2 silvers, and 7 bronzes. The Manila Times editorial calls on the government and the business community to stop doing business with Russia, echoing the official position of the Philippines, which voted on March 2 UN General Assembly resolution condemning its invasion of Ukraine and demanding an end to hostilities. Read the full version on the paper's opinion section or listen to the voice of the Times. Arturo Contreras, Yen Macabenta, and Ed Seligman are the columnists featured on today's front page. Contreras writes about judicial truth versus truth in election protests. Seligman about a verdict, not a forecast. And Macabenta on 2 prognostications on the Ukraine war. For more news and information, read the Manila Times on print. Subscribe to its digital edition or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and keep up with the Times. This is Christian Cromag Hanoy reporting.